Here we go again. Just a Democrat witch hunt. Here we go again.
Bottom line is this. You know, here we go again.
It's another witch hunt. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Quiet.
There is very little fairness in the national press about Donald Trump. Now, you, the American people, you can watch.
Have you reached out to him to try to talk to him directly? Because obviously at a time like this, it's important that all of our leaders are communicating as best as possible.
I'm the Speaker of the House. Legislation is my responsibility. And don't forget, I was there for the State of the Union address and did greet the president at that time.
Protecting Americans' health also means fighting infectious diseases. We are coordinating with the Chinese government and working closely together on the coronavirus outbreak in China. My administration will take all necessary steps to safeguard our citizens from this threat. We have launched ambitious new initiatives to substantially improve care for Americans with kidney disease, Alzheimer's, and those struggling with mental health, and those struggling with mental health, and those struggling with mental health.
Yeah, yo, come on.
Here we go again.
Turn it up.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I've got the power. Power.
A stunning moment here at the end of the president's speech. Nancy Pelosi tearing up what appeared to be a copy of the president's speech.
And after 3 years of lies and smears and slander, the Russia hoax is finally dead. Dead. Finally dead.
Let's hope all those things come with a time machine, too, to turn back the clock on these last 3 months that have been wasted while the White House was saying this was a hoax.
And instead of taking action, Trump wrote it off as a Democratic hoax.
I don't want to get in a political discussion, but the leader of the country calling this a hoax for such a long period of time.
Particularly disturbed to hear the word hoax used by the president recently.
Lie after lie after lie after lie.
In the world of fake news, we no longer have to worry about hoaxes. We now have to deal with hoaxes.
That is the most dangerous thing I've ever heard a president say in my lifetime. And I just heard it 7 minutes ago.
Going to wake up and realizing that this is far more serious than they've been led to believe. 3 weeks ago, the president was saying it was a hoax.
Does he think that we've all forgotten that he called the coronavirus a hoax? Does he think that we've forgotten?
I find it incomprehensible that the president would do something as inane as calling it a hoax, which he did last night in South Carolina.
He said that the Democrats making so much of it is a Democratic hoax, not that the virus was a hoax.
The Democrats have to now decide whether they will continue defrauding the public with ridiculous bullshit.
Friday, when President Trump called the Dems' attempt to politicize the coronavirus a hoax, how did the media portray that? That he was calling the virus a hoax. Yeah, the Washington Post's Dana Milbank kicked it off with this. Remember this moment? Trump in South Carolina just called the coronavirus a hoax. Politico lazily picked it up with this headline: Biden blasts Trump for calling coronavirus a hoax. True, the hoax spread like a virus to desperate Democratic candidates, Joe Biden and also Mike Bloomberg trumpeting this lie, even though anyone who read Trump's actual quote could see it was BS.
Talk about the danger of the president calling this a hoax.
I have to say, it really sent a chill down my spine. If you have the president telling people it's a hoax.
Hoax referring to the action that they take to try and pin this on somebody because we've done such a good job. The hoax is on them.
And I just heard it 7 minutes ago.
I'm not talking about what's happening here. I'm talking what they're doing. That's the hoax. That's just a continuation of the hoax, whether it's the impeachment hoax or the Russia hoax. This is what I'm talking about. Certainly not referring to this. How could anybody refer to this? This is very serious stuff.
Look, I think the one thing the president doesn't want to do from the very beginning is face me. because I will beat him. Period.
Joe Biden is a dummy.
The president does not want me to be the nominee.
And Trump is going to eat him alive. He's going to eat that guy alive. The guy can barely remember what he's talking about while he's talking.
Raise your right hand, put it over your left shoulder, and smack the taste out of anybody say any more rumors about anybody.
But you need to let the experts speak. I was told, I heard on the news this morning, Dr. Fauci is not allowed to speak publicly. What is this all about? I was told, I heard on the news this morning, Dr. Fauci is not allowed to speak publicly. What is this all about?
Let me clarify it. I have never been muzzled, ever, and I've been doing this since the administration of Ronald Reagan. I'm not being muzzled by this administration.
Dr. Fauci is not allowed to speak publicly.
So I have not been muzzled at all. That was a real misrepresentation of what happened.
I know your home district of San Francisco has been particularly hard hit. President Trump is considering relaxing federal guidelines for coronavirus for some of the less affected parts of the country. Do you think he should?
Well, first of all, let me just say how sad it is that even since the president's signing of the bill, the number of deaths reported has doubled from 1,000 to 2,000 in our country. This is such a very, very sad time for us, so we should be taking every precaution.
President Trump is set to ban foreign nationals who pose a transmission risk from entering the country. So far, there have been 6 confirmed cases in the U.S., including the first person-to-person transmission.
So we should be taking every precaution.
The U.S. State Department has issued a travel advisory telling Americans not to travel to China due to the public health threat posed by the coronavirus.
What the president, his denial at the beginning was deadly. And now I think the best thing would be to do is to prevent more loss of life rather than open things up so that, because we just don't know.
The impact also taking a toll on businesses in San Francisco's Chinatown. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited the area today to try and get the word out that shoppers are safe.
It's exciting to be here, especially at this time, to be able to be unified with our community.
She told me she came here to Chinatown to combat fear.
That's what we're trying to do today, is to say everything is fine here. Come, because precautions have been taken. The city is on top of the situation.
The speaker was greeted by shop owners with open arms.
I love it. I love it, Nancy. I love it. I'm so glad you came. Oh, you make my store famous.
We have to have testing, testing, testing. That's what we said from the start. Prevention, prevention, prevention. We want people to be concerned and vigilant. However, we don't want them to be afraid. We have to have testing, testing, testing. Prevention, prevention, prevention. Testing, prevention, testing, testing. You should come to Chinatown. Precautions have been taken by our city, but we think it's very safe to be in Chinatown and hope that others will come as well. I don't know what the purpose of that. Are saying to him, I don't know what the scientists said to him. When did the president know about this? And what did he know? What did he know and when did he know it? That's for an after-action review. But as the president fiddles, people are dying, and we just have to take every precaution.
But are you saying that his downplaying ultimately cost American lives?
Yes, I am. So again, we really want to work in a unifying way to get the job done here, but we cannot continue to allow him to continue to make these underestimates of what is actually happening here. This is such a tragedy. We don't even know the magnitude of it because we do not have the adequate testing. Our first bill was about testing, testing, testing. I have confidence in Dr. Fauci at the National Institutes of Health, who has some further confidence in what we're doing.
Dr. Fauci, let me ask you a question. You've been doing this a long time. Have you ever seen this big of a coordinated response by an administration to such a threat, a health threat?
Well,
We've never had a threat like this, and the coordinated response has been, there are a number of adjectives to describe it. Impressive, I think, is one of them.
Check it out. Yeah, yo, come on. Here we go again. Turn it up. Oh, shit. Here we go again.